Since version 3.0 will be releasing pretty soon, today I'm gonna be telling you which team archetypes will survive or even blossom in 3.0 from a hardcore gameplay perspective. That's why stuff like ease of use or ease of building are irrelevant. But before that, let's talk about today's sponsor, LD Shop, a website where you can buy your gacha currencies at an extremely cheap price compared to in-game. By using LD Shop, you can get up to 11% off compared to in-game prices. Today, I'll be using this Jade pack that cost only $46 compared to the in-game price of $50. All you need is region and UID, and any top-up will be sent to your accounts in less than a minute. After buying Jades, you even get a free spin to gamble for more reward. Because as we all know, gambling in HSR is not enough. On top of that, if you recharge up to $80 in a month, you can get a free supply pass, a weekly coupon, and a monthly coupon. There's no reason to not use this website. Don't forget to register using my link in the description to claim an extra 5% off coupon. It's a good way to support my channel if you do top up after registering using my link. Starting off, there's the traditional hypercarry archetype, where all team members are focused on making one DPS excel. Basically stuff like Zila and Acheron. This archetype will never be phased out because even if there's power creep and multipliers increase a dozen times, there will definitely be DPSs that prefer being boosted hard, regardless of whether they scale with HP or attack. Hypercarry is definitely the most consistent archetype and isn't seasonal, so its survival in 3.0 is guaranteed. Next up, there's DOT. Despite the extremely beautiful and busty woman that belonged to DOT, there's no point to talk about its survival in 3.0. And that's because it is already dead, but on the bright side, it has the highest potential to make a comeback unlike another archetype down the line. You can't really say DOT is weak since it only gets one character per year and has zero dedicated support. I pray for DOT to become god tier someday. Now, onto Super Break. This archetype is dying rapidly after the shilling slows down. Boot Hill is single-handedly carrying the entire archetype while Rappa is more mediocre, barely competing with other AoE DPSs like Argenti in AoE content. Other than these two, there's nothing the archetype has left to offer, maybe Lingshot too, but apparently the crit shot build is more popular. The main problem with it is the lack of relic scaling, and in 3.0, where everyone will have strong relics due to system changes, low ceiling will not survive, not to mention RMC stealing HMC from this archetype. Boot Hill and to a lesser extent Rappa are only holding up due to their ability to be optimized with player inputs, but this archetype won't last. As of this moment in time, the strongest team archetype is definitely follow-up attack. Facial has the highest ceiling in MOC by a decent margin without any discernible weaknesses, doing well even on AoE bosses, while Jade and Herta are staple DPSs in PF. Himiko even outperformed Firefly on Choir when she was given 5 follow-ups in Zero Cycle. There's no doubt that this archetype will survive in 3.0 since it's the most dominant one right now. If follow-up attack is dead, everything else will be too. The reason why this archetype is so broken is definitely thanks to Robin being the strongest support. She can literally make Topaz 3 cost Zero Cycle. Robin carried and carried hard. The last archetype I'll be discussing is Summons. Jingyuan is already performing decently, but the real summon DPSs will drop in 3.x and may even power creep Facial down the line. It seems that the Remembrance path itself is based around summons, and the collab characters will have a higher chance of being Remembrance. That's why summoners will be shielded for a whole version and maybe even appear to be the strongest, but whether they are actually the strongest is yet to be determined. I'll have to wait to judge. In conclusion, follow-up attack and hyper carry will survive past 3.0. Summoners will be shielded hard beyond their ceiling. DOT may be a dark horse or have to wait for 4.0, and Super Break is going to fall off. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.